But he had a family who valued him, who loved him, who encouraged him, and who told him that he was fearfully and wonderfully made. They never let him believe he was any less than because of his dyslexia. At the time, there was only one dyslexia tutor in that area. He said they're still good friends to this day. And now he spends his time giving back. He travels, he speaks. I mean, I'm sure if you've listened to this show at all, you've heard me speak about the Tim Tebow Act, which is a part of HB2, the House's Education Freedom Act, that will allow homeschool students to play sports at public schools. He talked about how it's good to challenge children, but you can't challenge children until they know that they are valued. And if we really and truly value our children and our families, legislators, I'm talking to you right now. If we really truly value your constituents, then don't you think that they probably know what's best for their families? If you value and care about someone, you want to protect them. You believe in them. And I think that's the point he was trying to make. Lawmakers, if you believe in your constituents, if you believe in the unalienable God given, not government, God given rights, including parental rights, if you believe in that, then why don't you trust those families to make the best decisions for their children? He talked about a man who created a test, and this test was going to be the end all do all, the best test that's going to show you exactly which kids are going to be the brilliant ones, they're going to be your bloomers, these are the ones, this test is going to show you all of that. And so he took it to several schools in an attempt to get them on board. He wanted everybody to be using this test he created. And so this school had all their students take this test. Well, the man came back a year later, and the school said, "You're brilliant. This is the answer to all of our concerns. This is it right here. This test, it worked. It really showed us who the brilliant kids are. How did you do this? How did you come up with this? They're the ones who have excelled. The ones that you told us were going to be great. They're the ones who are great." And the man looked at the people who ran that school and he said, "That test was a joke. It was made up. It was all a lie. And I randomly selected names and told you they would be the ones to bloom. They would be the brilliant ones. All I did was make you believe that it was possible for those students." So, because those educators believed that, they believed that that test was going to show them the brilliant ones, and they put their faith in that, and then they changed the way they spoke to those students. They believed in them. And because of that, they excelled. Do we really love and value our children? Do we? Do we really want what's best? He also talked about a senior in high school. He's failing every class. He has one teacher who speaks to him every morning, who's always just been so kind, who's gone out of her way. But he feels like there's no way he can possibly graduate. There's no way he can get his grades up. He's just worthless. So he decides he's going to end it all. He's going to drop out of school and he's going to end his life. But because that teacher was so kind to him, he decided that before he left school that day, he would go and say goodbye to her. So he found her. He told her, "Thank you for always being so kind to me, but I'm done. There's no way I can graduate. I'm failing all my classes. I'm going to drop out of school and I'm going to end my life." She said, "Will you just do one thing for me?" Of course, he said, "Well, what is that?" She said, "I want you to go take the SAT Saturday morning." And he said, "Why would I go take the SAT? I'm failing all my classes. I'm obviously not very smart. No, I don't have parents that believe in me. Why would I go take the SAT?" She said, Please, just do this for me. Just go take the SAT Saturday morning." So he did. He went and took the SAT. And I didn't take the SAT, I took the ACT, so obviously, the scoring is different. I think 1,600 was the highest you could have on the SAT. He got his scores back, 1480 out of 1,600. He was so proud of himself, so excited, and he told his parents, and their question to him was, "How'd you cheat?" But because of this renewed faith in himself, he and that teacher planned out how to study, how to have get tutoring, stay after school every single day, get you to the point where you can graduate with your class, and he did. He was then accepted to a pretty prestigious school, did really well. While in college, he started his own business and then started another and another. He got married, had kids, had a family who loved him, and then one day, he got a call, and it was an auditing system that goes through SAT scores, and they told him, they said, "We don't normally find mistakes, but we're calling you because we found a mistake with your SAT test. You didn't actually score a 1480. You scored a 740." And he laughed. But because of that faith that he had in himself, because he believed in himself, because that teacher believed in him, he was able to do something that he felt was impossible prior to that. Are we so selfish that we can't realize that we need to be providing children with every tool possible to best educate their specific, unique, individual needs, and that we need to believe in them, believe in the families, believe that they know what's best. And then, and only then, once a child knows that you believe in him or her, you have faith that they're loved, then you can challenge them to be the very best they can be. He said that after one of his first, I think it was one of his first college football games, he threw 4 incompletes. But other than that, he had a really great game, and everyone was talking about it. He was all over the place. What a rock star he was. But he showed up and met with his coach the morning after, who said to him, "Why are you smiling?" And then he pulled out the video from the game the night before, and instead of going through all the great plays he made, he went through those 4 incomplete passes over and over and over and over so that they could work on the things that he got wrong, because he knew, he believed in him, he loved him, he knew he could challenge him at that point. And that's how we make our children great. That's how we have our children believe in themselves and then use all of their potential. That cannot happen if they're being held back, if they're being trapped in a system or held hostage in a school that doesn't fit their needs. I mean, I don't know about you, but I started to think, I wonder how loved my children felt. I wonder if they felt like their school really believed in them when they were not allowed to go to a party because they didn't sell enough raffle tickets for the PTO. Or when they didn't get to go to the gym to watch the Christmas movie with their friends because they were sick a day in November and didn't make it all month without missing a day of school. I wonder, did they really feel loved and valued and as if people believe, those people at school believe in them? I very seriously doubt it. I very seriously doubt it. And I should have every single right to use my tax dollars that funds education for my children and spend them in a place that will make them feel valued and loved. Bottom line, true stop, right there. We should be doing everything possible to make sure that can happen, not only for my children, not only for your children, but every single child in the state of Mississippi. We got to take a break. Y'all stay with us. We will be right back here on the Lindsay Beckham Show, WIB 103.9.
WYAB.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us at our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Get ready, Louisiana! Johnny's Pizza House is turning up the heat with our sweet the swamp pizza. Packed with crawfish, shrimp, a taste of crab, andouille sausage, bell peppers, onions, jalapenos, and a blend of Cajun spices, all smothered in delicious mozzarella cheese. It's the perfect bite of the bayou and the perfect meal for any Cajun crave. Try our Cajun flip or dive into a sweet the swamp pizza bowl. A taste of Louisiana flavor is waiting on you. Let's share a slice today at Johnny's Pizza House.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house is frozen, 'cause my air conditioning's on. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, he healed my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cresley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cresley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com.
I'm speaking with Lee Bounds of Rapid Rate Mortgage. How does real estate agent Rita Jensen succeed when time is of the essence?
In today's market, it is so important to communicate and close on time. Typically have 30 days to close, get a home inspection, appraisal, title work, that kind of thing is a mortgage process. And a realtor relationship is so important. With a realtor like Rita Jensen with Remax Connection, she helps us to close on time.
RitaJensen.net.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Come together.
We are back here on the Lindsay Beckham Show, coming to you from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, right here in Flora, Mississippi. 601-879-0002 is the number to call in to the station today. 601-879-4648 is our text line if you would rather send your thoughts or questions or concerns through a text. So, looks like things will not be slowing down here in this 2026 Mississippi legislative session. Gloves are off, it seems. Our governor, Tate Reeves, made a post this morning. He tweeted out and posted to his Facebook that House Bill 2 has passed the final House hurdle. It's now headed to the Senate. He said he appreciates Jason White's leadership on this issue, and he appreciates the education chairman, Rob Robertson, and Representative Jansen Owen for doing the hard work. And then here's the kicker. He said, and I appreciate the House Republicans who voted, well, the ones that voted like a Republican. The easy way out was to vote no. You instead chose to do what is right. I appreciate you, and I know President Donald J. Trump and Secretary of Education Linda McMahon and the kids across Mississippi that just need someone in the Capitol to care about them do too. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Governor Tate Reeves. I don't think he could have said it any more beautifully than that. I think he has made it very clear that if you call yourself a Republican, then maybe you should be voting like one. Of course, there's mass hysteria across the state. God forbid a kid be able to learn in the best environment for them. But Russ Latino made a great post and he said, quit the hysteria already. Mississippi already allows students to transfer public schools. Under current Mississippi law, both the school and if both the school and the child wanting to leave and the school the child wants to attend agree, then that child can transfer. Where has the hysteria been all this time that this has been Mississippi law? I haven't heard anybody angry about it. Russ cracks me up. He said, that's the nothing burger change that has the Xanax popping Karens and Carls online freaking the heck out about property values and culture. Or whatever other quote they can come up with for a black kid might move into our suburban district. Mic drop. There's not going to be a mass exodus of students or an invasion. Good schools will continue to be good schools. After Governor Tate Reeves made his stance known, no doubt about that this morning, the Senate called for their education committee to meet tomorrow at 10:30. I hear they plan to kill the bill. And they might. They very well might. But I'll tell you what I know from my time at the Capitol and the Mississippi legislature, a bill is not dead until it is dead, 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 dead. And that won't happen until sine die. Until they call the legislative session closed at the end of March. My thought process is this: they may kill this bill tomorrow, and that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I'm just preparing for the worst and hoping for the best, right? I think there will be some parts of the bill that will still end up making it through and be signed into law. That's my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that we will definitely end up with the portability part of this, the public to public transfer, where the school district a child is leaving can no longer block them from being able to do so if they have a school who's willing to accept them. I think we may come closer than we ever have to having the Tim Tebow Act, that legislation passed and signed into law. It's just a hunch. It's just a gut feeling. But I'm telling you, the time is now. The time is now. Everyone is looking at Mississippi. We have seen all the states surrounding us except school choice. We had a senator there this morning, and I just want to say Grant Callen and Will Irvin did an amazing job at the Empower Mississippi Summit. Also Forrest as well. Forrest led a panel on criminal justice reform. They had another panel on business. Senator Daniel Sparks was there and a couple of our members of the House. Sorry, I really have no idea what y'all were talking about. That's not my expertise by any means. And then we had a senator from West Virginia who was the first state to pass school choice, along with the CEO and founder of, maybe not founder, but the CEO of Ed Choice on that middle panel today. And they did an incredible job of breaking down the misconceptions and the mistruths and the lies. I'm just going to call it what it is. They're lies, fear-mongering tactics that are being shared throughout the state, pushed by our teachers' unions, and pretty much seems like our teachers. Our teachers have bought into the lies. And that's sad. Because you would think that would be the profession who would actually want to make sure that they know what they're talking about before they get out there and spread that narrative to others. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we get back, I want to talk to you about what's happening in Sarasota, Florida. They had a quite contentious school board meeting yesterday. I think it went into, I don't know if it ended up going into the evening hours. It started at 10 o'clock in the morning. But I want to share with you what's going on over there because I think this is something we can learn from school board members. This is something you can learn from. And I want to get your thoughts on it. I want to know what you guys think about the conflict over ICE and where should schools stand. Stay with us. We're going to break all of that down when we get back right here. WIAB 103.9. Here, WIAB 103.9.
WYAB. Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us at our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Get ready, Louisiana! Johnny's Pizza House is turning up the heat with our sweet the swamp pizza. Packed with crawfish, shrimp, a taste of crab, andouille sausage, bell peppers, onions, jalapenos, and a blend of Cajun spices, all smothered in delicious mozzarella cheese. It's the perfect bite of the bayou and the perfect meal for any Cajun crave. Try our Cajun flip or dive into a sweet the swamp pizza bowl. A taste of Louisiana flavor is waiting on you. Let's share a slice today at Johnny's Pizza House.
Grizz Nation, tip off the weekend with a heated NBA divisional rivalry at FedEx Forum in Memphis, when your Memphis Grizzlies host the New Orleans Pelicans on Friday, January 23rd. Get to FedEx Forum and help your Grizzlies defend the home court with tip-off set for 7 p.m. Grab your tickets today at grizzlies.com/tickets or the FedEx Forum box office in Memphis.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Efficient and trouble-free payroll processing is crucial to a business's success, and a lot of businesses are struggling with it. PeopleLease, a local payroll provider, not only offers top-of-the-line software, but also provides on-demand payroll support services. With PeopleLease, you're never on your own at every step of your payroll process. PeopleLease has the expertise in managing payroll challenges and will work hard to understand your business and employees. That's what makes PeopleLease the perfect choice for you and your business. Learn more online at peoplelease.com.
Get ready, Louisiana! Johnny's Pizza House is turning up the heat with our sweet the swamp pizza. Packed with crawfish, shrimp, a taste of crab, andouille sausage, bell peppers, onions, jalapenos, and a blend of Cajun spices, all smothered in delicious mozzarella cheese. It's the perfect bite of the bayou and the perfect meal for any Cajun crave. Try our Cajun flip or dive into a sweet the swamp pizza bowl. A taste of Louisiana flavor is waiting on you. Let's share a slice today at Johnny's Pizza House.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosales.llc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
Come together.
Welcome back in to the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi Studios. This is the Lindsay Beckham Show. I am, of course, Lindsay Beckham. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this school board meeting in Sarasota, Florida last night. Now, there are two pretty liberal members of that school board, and then 3 or 4 who are pretty conservative. One of the more liberal members of that school board happened to attend an anti-ICE rally where he made statements about serving on the school board. He brought up his elected position and then spoke about how he doesn't trust ICE. Well, that set off a firestorm. The conservative members of that school board did not appreciate the fact that he was linking his position as an elected official on the school board to his personal opinion and views concerning ICE. Now, there's already policy in place. Sarasota School District does not just allow ICE to come into their schools. Honestly, I don't think that's happening anywhere. But should they show up with a warrant for some reason, then they will comply, because that's what we should be doing, is complying with law enforcement. If law enforcement tells you to pull over, pull over. If they ask to see your ID, just show them. If they ask you to get out of your vehicle, wouldn't you rather get out of your vehicle and deal with whatever you need to deal with, have that conversation, and then make it home alive? Be able to go home and sleep in your bed that night? I mean, I would. So there was a resolution presented at the school board meeting last night, basically just stating what is already the policy. They will comply if there's ever a warrant, but they will not just open the doors and allow ICE to come into the schools, which I don't nobody's trying to do that anyway. My goodness, the people that showed up in droves to speak at the school board meeting last night, condemning the conservative members of the board for having the audacity to say we're going to follow our protocol and we're going to follow the law. God forbid. God forbid a school district say we are going to follow our policy and we're going to follow the law. Students and teachers missed school so they could be there to speak. And, I heard a lot of people complaining about that. I watched most of the school board meeting last night, but I understand it's difficult. It is difficult to find a good time to hold a school board meeting. The parents are going to complain if you hold it during the day when they're at work. They're going to complain if you hold it early in the morning when they're dropping their kids off in the car rider line. They're going to complain if you hold the meeting at 5 o'clock because they haven't had time to get home yet. So you can't please everyone. You're never going to be able to set a certain time where everyone can be there that wants to be there. But let me tell you what, listening to these kids speak at the school board meeting, we are scaring the mess out of our children. And for what? It's not happening. ICE is not going into Sarasota County schools and pulling children out. That is not happening. But now there is a large number of children within that school district who are terrified to go to school. Terrified that someone is going to show up and pull their friends out the door and never see them again. Why are we doing this to children? Tell you what, that thought never crossed my mind when I was in school, when I was a student. Saturday morning, every single news station that I flipped to had headlines talking about this woman in Minnesota, severely autistic, disabled woman on the way to a doctor's appointment for a traumatic brain injury, pulled from car by ICE agents. Severely autistic, disabled. I'm not sure exactly why they were asking this particular woman to get out of her car, but they were, and she didn't want to do it. Evidently, she is a citizen of the United States. I don't think that they were targeting her or thought that she wasn't. I think they were upset at the fact that she was impeding something they were attempting to do, and she would not listen. So every headline is talking about this poor, severely autistic, disabled woman who couldn't make it to her doctor's appointment for her traumatic brain injury. Well, guess what? It took me all of about 5 minutes to find out who she is. Her name is Aaliyah Rahman. She's a fellow with the Open Technology Institute. And she works with New America's Open Technology Institute on body-worn camera policy and workforce development. Her work includes legislative, electoral, and community organizing for racial and criminal justice campaigns, 15 years of software development for the social justice movement, and a former life as an educator and researcher working in public education and workforce development. You can't make this stuff up, people. You cannot make this stuff up. She is also the former field director of Equality Ohio, where she built a statewide field program focused on bridging gaps between racial justice organizers, LGBT rights groups. She also worked for the Center for Community Change as their Ohio organizer in the passage of employment legislation supporting formerly incarcerated people, and later as a national circuit rider working with immigrant rights groups on voter engagement. She studied aerospace engineering and education as an undergrad. She also taught undergraduate courses in computer programming for engineers, chemistry, and the social foundations of education. She was a doctoral student in educational leadership at Miami University when she left academia to work full-time as a field staff in the social justice movement. Interesting. I mean, dang, certainly doesn't sound like she's severely autistic and disabled to me. Certainly doesn't sound like she has a traumatic brain injury to me. Instead, it sounds like this may have been some sort of setup. Did she purposely want to antagonize these ICE agents so that the headlines would say severely autistic disabled woman pulled from car? She also has ties to several advocacy groups, including a lengthy history with the Black Lives Matter movement. Y'all. Do you see what I'm saying here? I think one of the smartest quotes of our lifetime is to believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Yes, she was a U.S. citizen. She is a U.S. citizen. But according to the Department of Homeland Security, she was also an agitator who was obstructing ICE agents who were conducting arrests in the area. She saw an opportunity and she took it. Or either she planned it. There is a video that shows them yelling and shouting commands. And she refuses to listen. She refuses to do what they're asking of her. My own daughter yesterday told me that if ICE comes to Mississippi, she is scared because she doesn't have her driver's license yet. Therefore, she doesn't have a state-issued ID. And because she is half Black, they might think she is an immigrant and pull her out of school. That's what we're doing to our kids. We have let the mainstream media carry on their lies and nonsense for far too long, and they have our children feeling like they're not safe at school. So we had to sit down and have a discussion about what's actually allowed to happen. I don't know if it made her feel any better or not, but what I do know is the mainstream media should be shut down because of their lies, their fear mongering, and their false narratives. We got to take our last break. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here to wrap things up on this dreary Wednesday here on the Lindsay Beckham Show. Up on this dreary Wednesday here on the Lindsay Beckham Show.
1039 WYAB.
Even with interest rates higher than recent norms, real estate values are still holding strong in Mississippi. We caught up again with one of Mississippi's top real estate agents, Shane Saxton, to explain his recent activity in the market.
In the last year or so, it's been the best of my career. Interest rates have been high, but the real estate market is here to stay. Land values especially are continuing to rise. Home values are holding. If you need help with anything in real estate, just give me a call.
Find Shane Saxton on Facebook or give him a call at 601-540-5040. Hopper Property, 601-74-1435.
Attention homeowners and business owners. Complete Exteriors is now Elite Roofing and Gutters. Are your roof and gutters storm ready? The folks at Elite are your local experts in storm protection. Now is the time for an inspection and for proactive solutions that ensure your roof and gutters can withstand any storm. Get up to a possible $250 rebate on a new roofing system for all active military, veterans, and retirees. Online at eliteroofer.com.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness in Mississippi. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness in Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services. We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Ken here with Rapid Oil Change, a leader in fast service and fleet account maintenance for over 40 years, providing routine maintenance for most makes and models, keeping downtime to a minimum. We accept most local and national fleet accounts. Can't see at night? Headlights looking faded? Check out our newest service, the Bright Light Headlight Restoration Kit by Mighty Automotive. Available now. Keep your vehicle ready for the road ahead. And remember, drive hard with Castrol Edge. Open 6 days a week with 6 locations to serve. Visit us online for specials and location information at oilchangems.com.
The Tri-County Academy Rebel success in the classroom and on the athletic stage begins with the Tri-County Academy Booster Club. Join the team and be a Rebel by getting involved and volunteering as a booster. Your involvement is the generator for fundraisers, facility upgrades, equipment, uniforms, and all other needs. Tri-County Athletics thrives in part because of our TCA boosters. Join today by calling the TCA main office at 601-879-8517 and help the Rebels continue the championship tradition.
Looking for the sweetest spot in Mississippi? Well, bring the whole family to Mississippi Candy Company. From gummies and nostalgic candies to rich chocolate and creamy Hershey's ice cream, there's a treat for everyone at Mississippi Candy Company. Enjoy freshly made, flavor-packed popcorn, even tasty lunch specials featuring their signature smash burger. Folks, they're to die for. Grandparents, bring your grandkids in today to Mississippi Candy Company, where every visit is a delight. Located 102 D's Drive, Gluckstadt, and also find them on Facebook.
Come together.
We are back here, the last few minutes of the Lindsay Beckham Show here on this cold, rainy, dreary Wednesday afternoon. You know, I am really praying that we do not get this ice storm they say is headed our way. I don't know about you, but being iced in, possibly with no electricity or no Wi-Fi, with 5 children going stir crazy, does not sound like my idea of fun. It's a good thing they got some new games for Christmas. I guess we can all bundle up and play games should that happen. Everybody, go get your bottled water, go get your canned goods, go get your batteries and your flashlights, and be prepared because you just never know what this Mississippi weather is going to do around here. If you have a generator, I'm jealous. But hopefully, fingers crossed, prayers being sent up, we will not have weather to that extreme. Of course, we will continue to monitor that, as we will monitor the Senate Education Committee meeting that will take place tomorrow at the Capitol at 10:30, and we will see what they do with HB2 and where we go from here. Of course, I will absolutely be keeping you updated, and I'll be here tomorrow. See you then.